Tofu gotta make some merch so he has something to sell. There'll be people who are solely there for business, and there'll be people who just want to meet their friends. Yeah, I agree. Drop-off temperature might be hitting. Yeah, it's been so cold here. Holy shit. I was wearing like long pants and long sleeves yesterday. It was so cold. Try taking a hot bath. Yeah, this morning I took a hot shower and that felt really good. Like, do you guys understand me when I say like when you have a fever or like you feel sick and you take a shower, like you don't want to take a shower, but you know after the shower you're gonna feel so good, but like during the shower you're kind of like feel so shitty. Will there be outside meetups for those who didn't buy the ticket? Yeah, how does that work? I'm assuming that like the community on Discord is just gonna like kind of tell the deets. You know what I mean? I think like, yeah, I think even if you don't buy the ticket, like you'll still be able to like hang out and like they said there's like after parties at the hotel rooms or like Airbnbs.
Yo, can LA hotels host parties?
I don't really know.
Because a lot of hotels here, if they know you're hosting a party,
They'll kick you out.
yeah.
At least you're coming to LA after the heat wave we've had. That is true. That is really true. But to be honest, I rather like heat waves than being super cold. Something about like being super cold. I feel like if during a heat wave, I feel like there's like different ways to cool yourself, but when it's cold, I feel like I'm just immobile. The heat wave was hell. When you have a fever, your body is not regulating the temperature well. What are some good cures for fever? Like, what do you guys do? Like, when you have a fever, what is your family like trick to healing or feeling better? Because I feel like every family has like their own little tradition, you know?
Sweat it out.
You sweat it out. So like you wear like the thickest clothes you can wear.
Yeah. And then we like wrap ourselves in blankets.
Really?
And then after a really painful nap,
Yeah.
good.
Really? But does it work actually?
It works for me.
Really? Exorcism. Hey. Noodle soup. Oh, Dayquil. Whiskey, lemon, and honey. What? You drink alcohol when you have a fever? Same. Agent is the same as you, Tofu. Thick blankets. Ground up ginger root and make it into a tea. Steam inhalation, tea and ginger. So like, is it true that if you are hot, you kill the hotness with foods that generate heat? You know what I mean?
Honestly, I don't know what the scientific like reasoning behind it is.
You know what I mean? Like ginger is supposed to like make your body warm.
Yeah.
So you're killing your hotness with more hotness? Is that what it is?
I think there are two schools of thoughts. Is that if you're on fever, to make you feel more comfortable, you put like cold things on you.
Yeah, that's like the Asian or like I feel like in like anime, I always see like people put like cold like ice stuff in their head.
But like the other school of thought is
Like you sweat it out.
you want to sweat it out. You want to like help your body increase its temperature.
Yeah.
So that it can like work faster.
Yeah, I'm so confused. Like, when do I ever use a cold press on my head, on my forehead? You know what I mean? Like,
We never really use cool press. We just sweat it out.
Interesting. Wow, chat with the extremely like good tips.
I don't think it actually helps. Like, I'm willing to believe that the Chinese way is not accurate.
Trinity says, I still use a thick blanket throughout the summer. Eucalyptus oil and steam and you feel like you're at the spa and just sleep through it. Interesting. See, Leslie, when I get sick, my mom doesn't let me have blankets and we put something cold on our head. Sweating it out is the best. Interesting. See, like people have different traditions, I feel like.
Well, my dad is like, it depends on how you got sick. Like if it's a cold versus if it's a viral infection, like he treats it differently.
For example?
For example, if you get a cold, then you're always like putting on more things.
I feel like I should put it on to
Why?
set it out.
Is your dad in healthcare? No, but he talks like he is. He talks like he knows more than doctors. Sweat is good because it's toxins leaving your body. Is that actually true? Is sweat actually toxin leaving your body? My dad knows a lot about like
Chinese
medicine, which kind of sounds like BS, like most of it. I don't think it's actually a toxin, but that's what they say. There was a kid back in my school. He had chicken pox. You know what that is, right? Mm-hmm. And then instead of...
You don't think I know what chicken pox is?
Okay, I just wanted to make sure. And instead of going to the doctors and like getting shots and like putting on like those creams, his grandma told him that you should just let it be so that the toxin can just come out.
Uh-huh.
And then like he looked disgusting. He looked like a beehive.
Oh.
And then he still went to the doctors at the end.
Okay.
And it was really gross to see him.
Oh. So you're saying like don't trust grandma's
No, I'm just saying like
philosophy?
it doesn't work when it comes to chicken pox.
Alright. I'm gonna take a nap.
You gonna take a nap? Are we streaming just sleeping?
I'm getting comfortable in this blanket sweater.
Here, can I move the stack of shirts? By the way, all of this I don't need.
I have like a sleeping mask too. Look. You know? This is a great sleeping mask. Hello.
Do you feel feverish?
No, I don't feel feverish.
Usually when I shake my head.
Oh
if
yeah. I
okay,
definitely feel
that
it.
you have a fever. Like that's the best indication for me.
Wow.
Yeah, you don't even have to shake it hard.
Yeah, I feel
If
it.
even by just doing this your head hurts like a bitch, it's because you have a fever.
Do you?
No.
I definitely have a fever.
Oh yeah, then you're sick. Okay, let's turn off the fan. I feel like the fan wouldn't be good on you right now.
Where can I get the mask? Amazon, right? Or Etsy.
I think Chat got it for me on Amazon.
I think it's on Amazon.
Do you want a Motrin? It's like,
Morphine?
it's not
Do
morphine.
you have morphine?
I don't have morphine. I have Motrin.
Do you have NyQuil?
Yeah, I do actually.
Chat, what's better, NyQuil or... Okay, I have a question.
Motrin is just like Advil or
Then what's NyQuil?
I don't know.
What's NyQuil?
I don't usually use NyQuil.
What does
NyQuil is really good if you have like stuffed
Sinus.
nose. Yeah. So
Yeah,
you can go to sleep better. But usually if I have a fever and I'm feeling feverish, I just take Motrin. Because out of Motrin, Advil, and what's the other one? Tylenol. Motrin is the like
lightest?
lightest on my stomach for some reason.
Okay, maybe I'll do Motrin.
You do Motrin?
Yeah. I'll eat some Motrin soon.
Am I allowed to ask chat for medical advice on stream? It'll definitely make you sleepy if you take NyQuil right now.
Okay.
NyQuil is way better for fever, sleep, etc.
Okay, maybe I take a Motrin right now and then I'll take a NyQuil before I sleep. Can I mix and match?
You don't need to take a Motrin unless you're feeling a lot of body pain.
Not really.
Okay, then I think you should take a NyQuil. Motrin, I usually only take it if I'm like suffering.
Really?
Yeah. But then again, I hate eating medicine, so I don't eat medicine until like
You're at that point.
I'm at the point of like I'm
Dying.
like literally dying.
Oh my god, can you tell them the story about when we had to call an ambulance on you?
I had a tummy ache. That was really painful. All right, I hate telling this story because then it's like, oh yeah, it's just my stomach hurting. But like it hurted to a point that it was so painful that I was like jerking my body from like the waves of pain, and I was like, so
Heaving.
I can't breathe because of how painful it was. So then the fire truck came.
No, so then Tofu was like, Sarah, can you call 911? And I was like, holy shit, it hurts that bad? Like your tummy hurts that bad?
Yeah, my water broke.
Yeah, I thought like your appendix popped, burst or something.
we thought my appendix popped.
Yeah, so I called 911 for the first time in my life. I didn't know what to say. I was like, my friend is having a tummy ache. Can you bring the ambulance right now? But like this was like in like a kind of a shady area because his dorm was like not in a safe place.
Yeah.
It was like kind of a dangerous city that he was living in. So then go on.
So the firemen came.
Yeah.
I got charged from the fire department that day.
Yeah.
And two very big men came into my room and they're like, can you walk? But did I get lifted out?
No, they made you walk.
I walked out?
Yeah.
I thought I got put on a stretcher.
I think. Oh, you did.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they asked you, can you walk, and then you said no.
Yeah.
So, but they were so chill. They took their sweet ass time.
Yeah. Take the NyQuil. Yeah, I was on a stretcher and then I went into the
ER.
It looked like a fire truck, even though everybody's saying like I didn't get, driven to the hospital in a fire truck. But it was like from the car into the ER.
How did I get to the hospital?
I don't know. Oh no, you were there. You were in the vehicle with me, weren't you?
Was I?
This is very blurred.
Yeah.
I was in a lot of pain.
Yeah.
I just remembered.
No, I Ubered there.
you did?
there. Yeah, they.
I just remember the doctor not seeing me for like 2 hours. And I was in so much pain. And then Sora was like, you were outside of my my little room. And you're just like, hey, can anybody come and look at this guy? Like he's dying. I was like, I am.
Yeah, I was like, is there any doctors right now? Like, what's going on? Like, he hasn't, like, we've been waiting for I was complaining.
Yeah, I was dying. It was just a really bad case of gastroenteritis.
Wait, but tell them about the...
And then the nurse came with the morphine.
Wait, but...
Thanks for the 69 bits.
Thank you, 69 bits. But the funny thing is that this ER, did you know?
Thanks, Ricky.
Did you know ER? Like, if you call the ambulance, they don't take you to like the best hospital. They take you to the nearest hospital. And his dorm was not located in the best area, so the nearest hospital was like a little shack. It wasn't like, it didn't feel like an actual hospital. And like everyone there, like if everyone had their like hand chopped off, like everyone there like seemed like
Like you saw someone with their hand chopped off.
like it was intense. Like
Yeah.
But
then the nurse came with the morphine. And I was like, oh, thank God. Like, I'm going to get some morphine. I was like kind of excited, but also scared because I never had morphine in my bloodstream before.
yeah.
And then here's the thing. The nurse, before coming into my room, was in the room right beside me. And when I say room, I don't mean like there are walls. I just mean those like curtains.
Yeah.
So you can hear everything that happens in the other side. So the nurse was giving like painkillers to the other person as well. And I can hear that person complaining because she kept missing and she couldn't get it in. And that person's like, dude, what are you doing?
Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm gonna have to put it in again.
And then I was really praying, like, please be not this nurse who gives me my morphine.
Because we're like, are you hearing what I'm hearing?
Yeah, we're giving each other looks. And I was like praying. And then I just hear that they were finished. And the person was like so like angry. I hear the curtain draw from the other side, and immediately the curtain opened on my side. I was like, oh no, it's you. And she really did miss.
Yeah.
She poked me and she's like, oh, sorry, we have to redo this. I was like, oh my God, can you please just... And the thing is, like, I'm still experiencing a lot of pain.
Yeah.
So I'm still jerking like inwards and just like, kind of just like having seizure like.
Yeah, pain.
Yeah.
Well, Chad experienced this too a lot. But then, like, it was so funny because, like, that was the first time I ever went to the ER and, like, saw you in that much pain. And, like, they have to do, like, an x-ray.
A CAT scan.
A CAT
Yeah,
scan.
I had to do a CAT scan.
Do you want to tell them? Do they know the story?
Well, the thing is, like, when we went to the hospital, the doctor finally came and he's like, all right, I have no idea if your appendix broke, if you have, like, what is called a hernia, or if it's something else. So we have to do a CAT scan. I was like, okay. So, like, they, like, kept on telling me all these things that, like, okay, we have to inject you with something and stuff like that. And I was like, all right, let's just get it over with. And Sarah was like, can we please move him to a better hospital?
Yeah.
And then they were like, nah, we can't do that.
Yeah.
Like, if you want to do that, you're going to have to wait till, like, tomorrow. And I was like, I am going to die tonight.
I was like, I'm not letting Will get, like, his appendix fixed at the shack.
Yeah, because they said they were going to, like, do surgery.
Yeah,
They
I was
said
like,
we have
there's
to,
no
like,
way.
open up your stomach and, like, just, like, do some shit.
I was not gonna be okay with that.
So then we went through with a CAT scan and they, like, rolled me into the room with a wheelchair, And right before I entered, Sarah has to, like, step out because Sarah couldn't enter the CAT scan room with me. So I go into the CAT scan room and this lady comes up with, like, a clipboard and asked me to sign. And I was like, what am I signing? She's like, oh, it's just, like, liability. Like, you're just saying that if you experience any sort of, like long-term issues, even death, that we're not responsible. And I was like, sorry, could you, like, rewind just, like, 2 seconds? Did you say death? I was like, literally, like, did you say death? Like, what? I thought this was just a CAT scan. I thought you guys taking pictures of my stomach. Well, what is this death talk? And she's like, well, it's just that we have to inject you with this, like, fluid that lights up your stomach. And, you know, sometimes people experience, like, paralysis, they experience numbness, and in the worst case, you know, your life might be in danger. So we just need you to sign this. And I was like, I'm not gonna sign this. And I was like, can we do this without liquid? And they're like, well, we can. It's just gonna be an incomprehensive scan. And I literally went back and forth with her for like 15 minutes. I was like, I don't want to sign this. Like, man, like, you're literally asking me to sign my death waiver here.
Yeah.
Eventually, it's just like, all right, look, you know what? Out of 20 years of me doing this, no one has ever spent this long, like, negotiating. Why don't I just promise you that you're not gonna die? And if you die, it's gonna be on me. I was like, okay. Okay, I'll sign it. She was so annoyed. She was like, all right, if you die, it's gonna be on me. All right, just sign the paper so we can get it over with.
Yeah. And then he like rolled out in his wheelchair. And I'm waiting outside. I'm like, are you okay? And he's like, I just signed a death waiver. And then he rolled away.
Okay, but I did get some feelings though. My balls
You what?
felt really cold.
Oh yeah.
She was like, how are you feeling? I was like, my testicles feel very numb and cold. And she's like, oh yeah, that's normal. Because I had a little mic while we were doing the CAT scan.
And then later, like, I think like I fought for you to be transferred to like a better room. Remember?
I don't. I just remember getting a second dose of morphine.
Morphine. So I like fought with the nurse or the doctor to like get him transferred to a better room. So like we stayed in a better room.
Sick.
And then the doctor came in and like told us, oh, like, don't worry, you have to look at the CAT scan. It is not an appendicitis. It's just like a really bad gastritis. So he doesn't need to get surgery.
Yeah.
And in that moment, I just like kept on crying. Because I was like, yay.
Yeah, that would have been really stressful. If I had to get surgery that night, that would have been really bad. But that wasn't really the end of it in terms of pain. Like, we stayed there for a night, and then we went back to my dorm, and for the like entire week, maybe even 2, I was having stomach aches every single day. I couldn't eat. As soon as I eat, my stomach will react, and it'll be really, really bad.
Yeah.
And like, my roommate at the time also took her sweet time with the bathroom all the time.
Oh yeah.
There was a point I was like, am I really gonna poop in this trash can in my bedroom right now? Because I was like in so much pain.
Yeah, I remember that. But I remember having to miss the final because I was taking care of you.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
That's okay.
How'd you do in that class?
I just like emailed him and then I was like, hey, I'm taking care of someone.
Yeah, I had to miss a lot of things because of it.
Yeah.
Done packing?
Thanks for reminding us.
But yeah, I went to China because I wanted to get a more comprehensive. Oops. I wanted to get a more comprehensive like checkup. So what they made me do is they made me swallow a little submarine. Yeah, it's a little submarine. So instead of sticking a whole tube down my stomach, it's like a little camera attached to like a remote control. And they made me swallow it, and then they like took me to a room, and then one doctor just like played a little like submarine in my in my stomach and took a bunch of pictures, and basically found that like I have like polyps in my
yeah, I remember this.
in my gallbladder, and it was probably why I was experiencing some pain.
So how do you take care of that?
Actually, polyps that are too big
Cancers.
is cancerous.
Yeah.
So what they told me is that I have to get my gallbladder checked every couple of years or so to make sure that the polyps.
I'm growing.
Is it called polyps or polyps?
Polyps.
Okay. Like the things aren't growing. If it's growing, then it's an issue, but it's fine. And after seeing more doctors, they're like, yeah, like you probably just have a really bad case of like irritable bowels. So just watch what you eat. But even if you do experience pain, chances are after an episode or so, after you fart or like poop it out, you'll be fine.
But
And like a lot of men experience this.
But gallbladder is like it's like that. It's the organ that makes you pee.
No,
Yes.
your bladder is the organ that makes you
Oh, sorry. What's the gallbladder?
pee. Is the organ that process like sugar and
Oh,
like.
really?
I know it processes sugar. I have no idea what else it does.
Chat. Let us know what the gallbladder does. I want to know.
I have cancer. Things escalated so quick. Gallbladder secretes biles, which helps digest fat.
I said sugar.
My second worst hospital experience was waking in the middle of an operation. That was so painful. Aw. Thank you. Thank you for the prayers. There's a seagull. What? It's a seagull's bladder? I thought it was appendicitis too, especially since my pain tolerance is super high. Yeah, that's the thing. I think like
Same.
I have very high pain tolerance, especially when it comes to stomach aches. Like I operated on just regular stomach aches for like 20 years of my life.
But you're scared of getting your ears punctured?
Yeah, because I never experienced ear pain.
But your pain tolerance is high.
Yeah, around my gut.
You know, there's a meme where like it's at a tattoo shop, and like the girls are getting a tattoo, and they're just like, I kind of like this pain, and the guys are like crying, like, ouch, that hurts.
I am like, after hearing more about like period pain and just like the whole like menstruation thing, I'm fully convinced that men have less pain tolerance than women.
Yeah.
I just like hearing like that going through menstruation is literally you feel like it's peeling, like your insides peeling. That imagery, like, it fucks with me. Like I cannot imagine like how that would feel like.
Yeah, it's like your uterus shedding.
It's sort of sick. Yeah, Dino.
Is Dino?
Dino Librium, is that him?
Oh, I don't know.
You should try that period cramp experiment for men.
Yeah, I wanted to buy a
Maybe we do that when we
simulator.
move.
Yeah.
We get Gilbert and Chamberlain on it too.
Yep. They need to experience
We
it.
just invite them to a collab stream and not tell them what we're doing. Just roll out of bed. All right, Gil. Let me see your stomach. I want to join. Yo, if you're there in LA, let's all do it.
Who said that?
Luna.
Aww.
Maybe we'll invite Ian too.
Well, it's like, imagine carrying like a water balloon, like a big water balloon, and it hurts. So my friend was telling me how like right now I'm on my period. So they're like, your immune system might also be kind of weak, which makes you more susceptible to like viral infection.
Is that actually true? Your
don't know.
immune system's low.
I don't know. Can we fact check that? If we're on our period, is our immune lower? That's what my friend said. But yeah, that's what my Asian mom says. She delivered 2 kids without any pain meds. Oh my goodness, I'm definitely taking. What is it?
Why? How?
Yeah.
Why? Is it because she wants a healthy baby?
Imagine pushing out a child from your ass.
Yeah. Honestly, sometimes I'm bricked up when I say bricked up, I mean like I'm having constipation issues.
Okay.
And it feels like I'm giving birth.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
a lot of pain.
It's a lot of pain. Some people have to like scissor and like cut.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, that actually happened to my aunt. And like, oh God.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm just imagining how it feels like if someone like, cut the slit.
Yeah.
Oh God. I don't want to think about it. Oh no. It feels so weird.
But have you seen like during sex ed, like did you guys watch like childbirth videos in class?
Yeah, we did. It's called The Miracle of Life.
Oh really?
Yeah. It's a very hairy baby. Did you watch the same video?
I don't know, but I remember seeing the placenta come out.
Yeah, it traumatized like the entire class.
Yeah.
We did not like.
But,
no
like-
one smiled. Everybody going in, they're like, "Yeah, we're gonna watch some childbirth." Dude,
Traumatized.
I've never seen my class so quiet.
But like, if your wife has a baby, would you want to watch the baby come out of her vagina, or would you rather not watch it? Because like you have the choice to like be in it, or
But
like
it's really more dependent on my wife.
she says sure. Would you choose
No,
to
listen,
watch
like
it?
I'll ask my wife, "Do you really want me to be there?" like is me being there like gonna be a plus for you?
Oh, of course. Because who am I gonna scream and like
Because
hold?
if it doesn't add anything, like I'll let you do your thing. I don't want to.
Okay, but you can still be in the room and not watch.
Oh yeah, then I won't watch.
Oh, you won't watch. You don't want to
Actually, I might be curious. No, but I watch from the other side.
Right.
Like the gown is gonna cover it, and I'm only gonna see the bloody baby come out.
Yeah.
I want to see what the doctor sees.
Really? You don't want to see what the doctor sees.
Yeah, I didn't go to school for that. I don't.
You don't want to see
I feel like I won't be able to see
it again.
like that area the same way.
Again.
Yeah. My mom told me she went through 6 hours of pain for me. She holds it over me. Wait, can childbirth be 6 hours?
Yeah. Yours was probably that long too. It's that much pain because your thing has to open, dial, like open.
And it's just
up.
pain the entire way through?
Of course. Or she's pushing for that long and it doesn't come out.
6 hours?
Yeah. That's why we have babies at like 3 a.m., 4 a.m. because we're like pushing and shit. And like, it hurts. Yeah, I imagine. Imagine.
Doesn't follow. I can't.
But would you want to cut the umbilical cord?
No, I don't want to fuck it up. Yeah, I'm gonna give everything to the professional. I don't want to.
No, the doctor's gonna be like, no, you just cut right here.
No, I'm gonna cut it.
I'll draw a line.
It's gonna my child's either gonna be an innie or an outie, and she or him, they're gonna blame it on me. They're gonna be like, dude, it's because you cut my umbilical cord. All right. Like at least this way, if they're like unsatisfied with the fact that they're innie or outie, they can blame the doctor. I don't want to be blamed for that.
Okay, question. Would you want to, if you had a son, at what age would you want to circumcise your son?
Right away.
Newborn.
Yeah, I was circumcised as a conscious child. Like I was already like 7 years old.
Right.
And then I was circumcised. That's the worst thing to ever put anybody through.
Really? Because did you have to put like a painkiller medicine in there?
Yeah, like you know those like cartoon when they hurt their thumb and they wrap their thumb?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how my thing looked like after surgery.
But like, did you have to put like a morphine or like painkillers?
I went full under.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
I actually told my parents I didn't want to go full under because a lot of kids, when they go full under,
They don't wake up.
they don't wake up. But then my parents, so I told them, I actually cried to my parents. I was like, please don't put me in full under. I'm really scared to not wake up. And then that day, I only remember getting like a little woozy and getting like rolled to the to the emergency or the operation room, and like a little bit I saw like another operation room and I fell asleep. And next thing I knew, I woke up with bandages all over my thing.
Wow.
But I did receive local anesthesia afterwards
Oh, okay.
for like
got
something else.
Got it, got it, got it.
But no, I would do it right at birth.
Right at birth.
Yeah. But I don't know. Should I be making that decision for them though? If they want to be circumcised or not?
I mean, yeah, exactly. You gotta wait till they're like a conscious adult to ask that question.
I feel like they will want to be circumcised. Here's the thing.
Oh, you can.
You
You
know
can
what-
talk to them.
You know what they believe
telepathically?
in China?
What?
Once you're circumcised, you grow. Like not only there,
Your
but also your height.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. And that's where I actually did grow. I'm taller than both my parents.
I see. Interesting.
Yeah, they say that like if you are like after like it like helps you grow everywhere.
Well, I wonder why.
I don't think it's very true. Also, I don't know if I should be telling chat about
You're
whether or not I'm
circumcised.
circumcised.
I mean, it's okay. I told them my bra size today.
What's a what's a more like chat friendly way to say I'm circumcised? Hi Kat.
I'm tall.
How you doing? How we know you're Jewish?
But I feel like most Asians are circumcised.
Yeah. Mostly.
You know?
The pain isn't the surgery. The
The
pain is
aftermath?
when they take the bandage off.
Oh.
I remember very clearly. They put up Doraemon, and I was like, "You guys usually play Chinese drama. Why Doraemon today?" Because I was in my bed, and it was like a shared room, and I was watching Doraemon, you know, pulling out his gadgets out of his pocket, and all of a sudden, this flaming hot pain surged from underneath my, you know, my
Area.
belly, my area, and I looked downwards. And I kid you not, I literally did not realize there were at least 4 doctors standing in front of
Really?
me at the bed. I was just watching the TV like this, and I looked down, and just 4 white hats were just standing there, and one of them was just yanking to get the bandage off, and I was screaming. I was freaking like banshee.
Wait, why are they yanking it? Can't they just unwrap it?
Oh no, it's sewed.
So they're gonna yank it?
Because there was a part they needed to yank.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was very painful. I think the other 3 were like nurses that had to like, I have a mushroom. Is the sausage wrapped? Do you have a pig in the blanket or outside the blanket? Yeah, and it was really, really painful.
Wow.
Yeah, I've never shrieked so high in my life. And then afterwards, you have to like put in medicine and stuff.
Ooh.
Is this an Asian thing? No. If you're circumcised, this usually happened when you're a tiny child. Okay, not going to school and
Okay,
not
but
having a
what's the
conscious thought.
benefit of having an uncircumcised?
What's the benefit? There's no really health benefit between circumcision and like uncircumcised sausages. It's just that when you're uncircumcised, it's a lot harder to clean.
Oh.
Yeah, because you have to, like, it's a wrapped. You know, so between the wrap and the sausage, you gotta clean that.
How do you clean it?
You gotta like unwrap it.
I see.
Yeah, because okay, an uncircumcised sausage comes in 2 forms.
Okay.
There's 包皮 in Chinese, which means it's just the skin, and then there's
Okay.
包筋, which is it's covering like a tendon. So like 包皮,
Okay.
usually you can like unwrap it yourself
Okay.
and clean it.
Okay.
But 包筋 is like it looks like a little 小笼包, like it's like there's something on top, so you can't actually unwrap it.
Oh.
It's so uncircumcised that like you can't unwrap it, so you can't really clean it. So in those cases, you usually want to like get
Cut
it
it.
circumcised. But in most cases, there's no difference between like in terms of
Circumcised.
health.
I see.
It's just cleaning it. You just
So
have to use a bit
it's
more.
more smelly.
No, like if you clean it, it's not more smelly. That's like
Okay.
saying like, oh, like you have armpit hair. Like when you have hair there, it's like
More smelly?
more smelly if you don't clean it as much.
I see.
Yeah, there's really nothing too different.
What?
If you shower, it's fine. No, yeah. Like there's really no difference. And I think like the whole
I
idea of
see.
like, oh, it grows bigger when you're uncircumcised, when you're circumcised, is just BS.
I see.
I've watched like a couple videos on this. Dude just ruined Shalom Bao for me.
Every time I grab it with my chopsticks, I'm gonna be reminded. That's interesting. Yeah, I don't think I've ever interacted with an uncircumcised thing.
Big old soup dumpling. Yeah, but I'm gonna like, it actually does look like that because I've seen it.
I want to see a picture.
Like it looks like, you know, like when you pick up Shalom Bao, you're not
Yeah.
supposed to pick it up by the bun. You're
Yeah.
supposed to pick it up by,
By
the
the top.
tip. Like you just like
Yeah.
wiggle it. Yeah, it looks like that.
Really?
Yeah.
That needs to be cut.
Yeah.
It's like the tip of a sausage.
Yeah.
It actually looks like that.
I feel like there's at least one person in chat Googling this right now.
But like you cannot unwrap it fully.
You can't. Yeah, some like circumcision you have to cut it.
Oh wow. Was yours like that? Oh, okay.
That was more of a choice.
I see. So your parents asked you like. do
Well,
you
they
have
made
it?
the decision for me.
Ah, I see.
Yeah, my dad wouldn't let his son be uncircumcised.
Be a xiaolong bao. Interesting.
But a lot of like Chinese people, like they believe that it should be done.
Nice. Yeah, my mom and my dad did it for my brother when he was a newborn. Sorry, Austin. Just exposed you.
Wait, what?
My brother did it when he was just born.
Yeah, that's usually more humane.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's more to this story, but I don't know if I want to reveal to chat right now. Kind of want to Shalom Bao now.
Who said that?
Duke. Now you have less feeling down there. Oh yeah, that's true.
What?
So a circumcised sausage, because of the exposed skin,
Yeah.
like when I first circumcised, it was really hard wearing pants because it was so sensitive that every time it touches any surface, like it feels like really weird down there. It feels really like hot, like very spicy.
Yeah.
It just feels like it's like almost like an exposed organ. Like
Yeah, like a
touching.
scab.
Maybe.
Okay.
Maybe. Yeah, maybe you can say that. But over time, you lose feelings because
Yeah.
of like how much it's like friction, how much like
Yeah.
it's there. So actually, people who are
Uncircumcised.
uncircumcised, like they actually
Experience.
enjoy a lot more than people who are circumcised.
Enjoy what a lot more? Blowjobs? Or things?
Just any sort
Okay,
of
got it.
activities there.
Got it,
sorta.
got it, got it. Got it. I see.
Yeah.
That's really
So
interesting.
it's actually more of a cosmetic thing and actually less of a functional thing.
I see.
Depends on how you want to look at it. It is easier to clean, but it does, you literally sacrifice a lot of your senses.
I see. That's cool.
Wonder if my parents did that to my brothers. I mean, do you not know if your brothers are circumcised? I feel like everybody knows
Yeah.
if their brothers are circumcised.
Like I would shower with my brother when I was a baby.
That's weird.
Like my mom,
But I also showered my cousin.
yeah, like when
And
we're
then-
like babies.
Yeah. I mean, I wasn't really a baby.
Oh, what were you? How old?
Dude, it was my cousin. My cousin brother.
Oh, brother.
Yeah, not like my cousin's sister. My cousin
see.
brother and I, we shower together all the time.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that's fine.
And then like one time I peed in the shower and he called me really gross. And I was like, you don't do this? He's like, no, nobody does this. I was
He's
like, "Oh."
lying.
But I peed with him in the shower.
Oh, nice. So you got two streams. But that's. But honestly, my friend told me even like for girls, like we shouldn't use the vibrator so much because like we'll lose sensation down there.
Yeah. No, 100%. I've heard this from Dr. K's like podcast about a bunch of guys who was like team nofap. You know team nofap?
Yeah.
And they were
November?
like, yeah, if I did it too
Much?
did it too much, I started to lose sensations. So that when I was actually engaging in activities, it didn't feel that good. It just felt like nothing.
Wow, that's so bad.
Yeah, it's really bad. Because mentally and physically, you're like numbing yourself.
But can you ever get that back?
Yeah, just no fap a little bit.
Oh, okay.
It's not permanent.
Unless
Unless you're like it's already scabbing from like how much you're doing it, then at that point you gotta tone it back.
I see. But like there's a
My mic died. So you gotta hold the mic.
is mine on? But I heard that there's a new technology chat where like instead of like physical vibration, it's like air pulses. You know? So like there's a vibrator.
Hey, chat, stay classy, okay? Let's stay classy with the questions.
What did they ask?
I just saw a question. I'm like, all right, come on, stay classy with the questions, all right?
What is going on?
I have met a person who practices nofap, and you know him.
Yeah.
And he does say that it gives you supernatural powers, but that guy is so down bad.
Oh really?
I hope he's not. He's so down bad that I'm like,
Is he actually down
I feel like you should, like, practice it a little bit, cause like you're having supernatural down badness. What were you asking?
I wasn't asking. Oh, I was just saying, girls, there's just a new vibrator technology that it's just air pulses. It's not like actual friction.
So it doesn't like screw with your sensation as much?
I think so.
Ah.
It's like wind, not actual physical. So it's not touching it.
So it's like a Dyson.
Yeah, it's
It's like a
basically.
Dyson fan.
Yeah,
for
basically.
vibrators.
But for vibrators, yeah.
That's pretty sick. I'm trying to imagine like sticking a sausage in a Dyson fan.
Yeah,
Sounds like those air
basically.
hose from the car shop.
Basically, it's basically that, but like not as strong. It like pulses. It's like, you know.
Hi, Zaina. I feel like when you practice nofap, you're finished in like 10 seconds when you do. That's another thing. Yeah. I feel like if you really don't, like in high school, me and my bros would talk about this, and I'll be like, okay, like how do I last longer? And they say, okay, sometimes you just gotta practice. And I was like, what do you mean practice? He's like, we have to practice by kind of like, you know,
I see.
you by kind of engaging in that activity yourself, so
Okay,
that
let
when
me
it
ask
comes to
Chatra.
like the game day, you can last a little longer.
Okay, but what is like the perfect time for the deed for you guys? There's a statistic about this between what girls prefer and what guys prefer. But for guys and girls, what is your preferred minute or hour? 25 minutes.
10 minutes, dusk till dawn. 30 seconds.
30.
Well, I feel like anything above like an hour is kind of OD.
Yeah.
Like at that point, I feel like your body, like both of your bodies, would not be able to generate enough fluid for that to be like a pleasant experience at that point. I feel like if it's anything above an hour, like just all right, let's just relax. You know, go for a walk, like have some mental conversations and like activities before you come back here and perhaps engage in it again. I don't think you should force it beyond an hour. I'm getting a lot of 30 minutes. It's like around that.
20, 30 minutes.
With foreplay, 1 to 2 hours. I feel like we would chafe after an hour. Why does Tofu know this? I feel like this is just, it makes sense.
Agent, yeah, it would be 1 hour with foreplay.
Can I just go to bed? Thorin, how are you? I was wondering why you always paint your nails black. Actually, I've only painted my nails black twice, but because we probably met recently, you think I always paint my nails black? To be honest, I at first thought painting my nails black as a dude was a lot, a lot. But now I don't. Sorry, that's my explanation. I think it depends on the state of the environment, of the playground, of the arena when you begin. If the state of the arena is well lubricated, like it's there's been some rain, it's not having a drought, and everything is healthy. I think a good 30 minutes is probably max. Like it's good. Like it's just a little activity, right? But if the state is like, it needs some maintenance, then it's gonna take a little longer because you wanna renovate.
Melt the butter.
Yeah, you wanna melt the butter before you apply it. Although, like, I don't keep count. It's just like both of you should experience
What you need to experience.
what you need to experience until you say, all right, let's finish. I think a lot of times, especially between like heterosexual relationships, the guy finishes and that's okay, the end of the story. But like I've watched a bunch of Netflix like documentaries. I've learned that like that shouldn't be the case.
Yeah.
It should be that both of you experience, some sort of a encapsulated experience.
Yeah, you have to get to the top of your hike.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like if I finished before her, I failed. Okay, that's a very, very, very valid and fair feeling to feel. But look, you're just human. And sometimes finishing before her probably means that she looked really good that night. And you should tell her that. All right? Because it's kind of like mean to always ask guys to make the girl finish before they finish. And you should embrace the idea that, hey, just because I finished doesn't mean we have to wrap this whole thing up, that I can help her finish as well.
Yeah.
I think a lot of times guys feel like, oh, like if I finish before her, I am inadequate as a partner. But it's just because we usually draw the end there.
That's actually so nice of you to say. Because, like, I feel like a lot of people, or like, I feel like the common knowledge for heterosexual relationships is like, if the guy finishes, like, that's the end of the day. We're done.
Yeah.
But I feel like if you even, like, have that conscious thought of, like, oh, like, you wish you could have done something for her, I think that's, like, honestly, like, it makes me happy to hear that, like, you're even considering, like, how the girl feels, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. But like I just have to say, like, I feel like it's a lot more complicated for girls to, like, for us to reach to that point, because like us, like, from what I learned from my culture, like, a lot of girls aren't celebrated to explore our own body, so we don't even know what makes us feel good in many cases. Whereas I feel like with guys, it's a little bit easier,
Yeah.
and like you guys know what works.
It's just moving the blanket.
Yeah, but like for girls, like it's actually much more complicated, and like at least for me, like I need to take time to understand my body and what feels good for me. That like it should be like a joint act, not like me doing it for the guy and the guy doing it for me. It should be like, all right, like it should be like a together thing that we do together. That's it.
Yeah. No, I watched a documentary on the vagina on Netflix, and it was actually a very, very like eye-opening documentary. I actually watched it with our friend Tara, and she was saying like, yeah, like
What's it
it's
called?
so complex. I forget, but I'll find it. It's so complex to reach
Do you want to come
that point.
on top here?
No, I like this.
Are you sure?
It puts me at a fair height in terms of our power dynamic.
Come on top.
Twitch
here.
partner,
No.
Twitch affiliate.
No, 빨리.
That one day,
빨리. Come.
one day I'll sit on,
No.
I'll have a soft cushion myself as a Twitch partner.
Come. This should be a series.
Yeah, it's called Bedroom Talks.
Yeah. Pillow talk with chat.
But yeah, like it said that like for men, like it's just about, you know, it's just about the moving the cone, you know? It's one motion. There's not a lot of like, yeah, you can add a little bit, but for women there's so many complex movements, complex areas that contributes to eventually finishing. That your first instinct isn't like, oh, like as a man, my ego tells me that I need to make sure that I make her finish, but more about like learning and communication. All right, communicate. Tell me what do you want, you know? But like if you don't know what you want, maybe we can explore. Maybe we can be open-minded and explore this uncharted region. You know, find the little Easter eggs in your body. I like this idea. Good content. Yeah, I just invite various guests and we just sit in a bed with our pajamas and that's what we talk about. What do you guys think? You don't got a blanket? No, I still have a blanket. All right, just because the tip of it is cut off doesn't mean I don't have a blanket. Can we pillow talk while we pack though? Okay, we're pretty done with most of what we need to pack tonight. Tomorrow we're gonna move into some of the coats, some of the tech stuff. So, but tonight, like all of the stuff on my bed are stuff that I'm not really gonna take. Hi,
Hi.
how you feeling?
Good. Just had to pee.
What are your thoughts on hookup culture and one night stands?
I think they're like useful in that you get to like explore
Explore what?
explore your body in like new situations. I think that that's the only function that I think one night stands have. Is like it's like an experiment. Like, all right, let's see how I can improv this and see how it feels like. You know what I mean?
I don't know. I feel like it's a way of dealing. Yeah, that was a very politically correct answer. I think it's a way for people to deal with loneliness. It's like just hook up. If you're both in that culture, then sure, right? Like it always gets toxic when one person is not part of that culture, part of that like one night stand type vibe, like hookup culture, and then they are forced to participate in it because you are very much not about that commitment. I personally can't really do anything like that. Like I feel like I get emotionally attached either before or after, especially after that. You know, I can't just like can't snap. Do it and like be done with it.
But like I have a friend who lives in EU, and like I think they have a much more like sex positive culture there, and based on what I hear from her, it's like their hookup culture is, or at least what she's experiencing, is a very healthy hookup culture where it's very open and it's very like exploratory, and it's very like, all right, like you're new, I've never done this with you, so let's like enjoy this moment and let's be present as much as possible, and let's just like have a good time, and I don't need to have this commitment with you. I can just like explore. Like granted, it might be a lot more romanticized than it actually is, but at least from what my friend says, and like her Austrian culture, they're very like open-minded when it comes to that.
Okay, if it's actually as romanticized as this sounds, then that I can swing with.
Right?
Like that makes a lot more sense than the hookup culture that America has taught me.
Exactly.
America hookup culture is very trashy.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like, it's to me it feels very like masculine. It's like a very like grungy thing. But like whenever I hear from like my friends who are in Europe, they're like very much like open, and it's like, you know, I don't need to like have deep emotions. I can have deep emotions in the moment, and that's okay if it doesn't last at the end. It's like, you know, I don't know.
Good night, Ian. Thanks for hanging out. One night stands scare me just because I can't see my partner's test results.
That is true.
Okay, that's also true. I feel like though, if a community is about that culture, then like that community will make the effort of respecting, you know, not spreading, or you know, just being open and transparent about these things.
Yeah.
But if the community shames this culture, it's like, oh, you shouldn't hook up and stuff, then the community doesn't do a good enough job to respect the transparency between your partners. But there are always bad actors. That's true. Which is why before I engage in any activities, I always ask for the test result. I know it's so super not sexy. Like that's probably the least sexy thing you can say in the whole wide world. But like,
but maybe there's a sexy way that we can like make it. Like, how can we sexily ask someone to for their
like, hey baby, let me see those papers.
What's like a good way to like bring that up? You know?
Let me see those results.